it is a party at Paradise. We will hear from the manager, we will hear from the captain, we will see the trophy lifted again over Paradise as the world is reminded that Celtic are the finest team in Scotland. But Ben Summers on the ball, tries to knock it through and penalised for the foul.
Well, this has been a performance that has rekindled our joy and how we've been playing throughout the season. And obviously waxing lyrically about the performance of the players.
Well, I think that may indeed be the final whistle. It is the end of the season, the end of a title-winning season. The champions have put in a performance worthy of champions. 5 goals, 2 from Kyogo, 2 from O, 1 from Starfelt, a hug from O to Jota. Did Jota get the assist in that goal?
That counts as assist, or was it the goalkeeper? Did he get a touch? But yes, it would have been counting as assist for Jota. Absolutely outstanding performance from start to finish. Yes, I know Aberdeen's season was over. They had nothing to play for today. They'd done all their hard work. But so have we. We'd done that previously. And then you've seen a full-strength team coming back out. The only concern, obviously, Kyogo coming off and Johnson coming off. But then we re-energised and we kicked on again. So much so, obviously, we got another 3 goals in the second half. But from start to finish, I don't recall Aberdeen having a shot at goal.
No, I think
the whole game. I can't recall anything at all.
I think Joe Hart had enjoyed an afternoon stroll in the sun, and Postecoglou will be absolutely delighted. No, I think not just the fact that Celtic won, but it's the manner in which we won today. It's just to maybe remind people of why we are the champions.
Yeah, I think we've had a wee bit of criticism, rightly so, for some of the performances in recent games, the last couple of games. So to come on and put that, I think there was a lot of supporters that were feeling a little bit wary of the cup final, and if we were to get to that stage without having won in about 3 or 4 games, I think this will put a lot of fears, because of how they've done it and the style they've done it. And so we can't wait for the cup final to come ahead now.
Well, there is a little bit of building work. It's life-size Lego in the middle of the park as the plinth, the platform is all built up for the champions to re-emerge as Aberdeen go off. They will have European football next week, and as I say, we said at the start, credit to them for giving the champions a guard of honour. But this afternoon it is all about the champions. A tremendous performance, so much to enjoy this afternoon. The goals, the football, the atmosphere, and the Celtic fans and the players could just enjoy a party today.
We were here for a party, and the players have put on a show that was getting the party started. It's all about what happened, what they've done throughout this year. But here today, we talk about championship winning performance. We talk about when the flag comes, we want to put on the style, and they have done that today. It's almost, I think the manager will say, that performance was almost perfection in terms of to allow an opposition team to not have a decent shot at goal. You normally get 1 or 2 moments within a game at least from a lot of opposition, but we were total dominant today with a magnificent performance from start to finish, and we went on. We got the goals. Kyogo started us on the way by getting those 2 goals just before half time. Oh, come on, get a couple, and Starfelt was added to the tally as well. So we had an absolute magnificent performance, a magnificent day, and the party's only just beginning.
Well, it certainly is. The party is just beginning for Celtic. And I'm sure the Celtic fans will enjoy the atmosphere this afternoon. The stage is slowly being set here, and a Paradise will erupt when the trophy is lifted, Tom.
Yes, it's. I'm not sure who's presenting it today or who's coming here to. Whether it be somebody within the SFA or an ex-player, I'm not sure. I'm not heard. So, but listen, we should never tire of these kind of days, these kind of nights. In terms of where we are at this football club, to win so many trophies in recent years is a testament to the club being run in the right way, and obviously the man at helm, and one of the most important ones, the manager, puts a field on the park. He demands a certain level from his players, and today he's certainly got that in abundance. And you can see it when we go about it in the right way, when we take our opportunities and we're strong defensively. we get this kind of result, and as you said, Paul, we're averaging about 3 goals a game here at Celtic Park, and that shows you where we are. We continually do that in every single game is absolutely outstanding consistency. And we talked about that earlier, about the level of consistency that we have had. And we've just put in that again today, and even possibly kicked on. But just to remind everybody, as you say, Paul, it's just to remind everybody of what has made us champions this year with performances like this. And we'll never tire of watching performances like that.
Well, we never tire of performances like that. We never tire of seeing Celtic winning the league. 11 times in the last 12 seasons Celtic have been the champions. We'll see Martin O'Neill appearing later on with the trophy since he joined in 2000. Celtic have won 17 out of the 23 titles, so it's been a remarkable level of success, a remarkable level of consistency. Celtic have been utterly dominant in Scottish football, and as we know, the trophies hopefully will continue to arrive as soon as next week. We have the small matter, of course, of the Scottish Cup final, Inverness Cally Thistle, the visitors, and we shall be looking forward to that game. But this afternoon it is all about the Scottish Premiership. It's all about celebrating the champions, that level of consistency that's needed over 38 games to become the champions of Scotland, and that has been shown to great effect. This, not only today, obviously, just it's the icing on the cake of an incredible league campaign.
Yes, it is, and we'll certainly enjoy ourselves tonight. You know, and we get a game starting that little bit earlier, we can enjoy ourselves that little bit longer. I'm sure you have it, because it's fairly deserving of this kind of stage, and you see all the things that are going out to celebrate ourselves, back-to-back champions, and champions won again, and obviously an important stage of looking to the future and seeing what we've got ahead of us. And the manager had that a wee while ago. You can see the targets that he had, that you know, we've guaranteed that money that gets us into the Champions League, and that's so important, vitally important for a club like ourselves. We are well run, we don't need it, but it is so helpful. And not just getting the players they want, but also in attracting players, because some of them need that extra challenge, they need the highest level in Champions League is sent up there. So we're in there once again, we're in there, and hopefully we'll put in as good a showing as we did last season, but unfortunately the results didn't quite go. But we certainly went toe-to-toe with a lot of the teams, and so hopefully looking for that little bit extra next season, hopefully with another year on with this team. It depends on who the manager's going to bring in to enhance the team, to make it better, because we're, you know, certainly want to make a good showing, as you say, Martin O'Neill did, you know, a way back in the first time that we qualified for the Champions League, and getting oh so close to getting through to the next stages.
Well, it's been an impressive showing from everybody working on the pitch to get the stage set, the crest, the Celtic crest on the pitch. The Celtic fans, well, an early kick-off this afternoon, so the celebrations would have started early, and I'm sure they will continue for much of the day. We shall be back for the trophy lift very shortly, but let's go down trackside to Jerry, Peter and Simon just to get a wee bit of chat before we return with the trophy appearing on the Paradise pitch.
Absolutely, what an afternoon it has been. The players wanted to put in a performance for this packed 60,000 stadium this afternoon, and that's exactly what they did. 2-0 at half-time, and they didn't take their foot off the gas in the second half. Kyogo went off injured at the start. We hope he's okay. He did walk off the pitch, so we hope and pray that he's okay for the cup final. So too Alistair Johnson. But grabbing a couple of goals in that second half, and we called it at half-time about Starfelt being such a good target man and probably not getting the goals that he deserves from corner kicks. Well, there he was, popping up with a header direct from a corner to get his name on the score sheet as well. So the players have done their bit to finish the season on a high, and now we just wait for the stage to be set. And what an amphitheatre this is. It's a stage that's set inside one of the greatest football stadiums in world football, and once they do that, the presentation party will be out, and we'll be ready for Callum McGregor to lift that famous trophy for the 11th time in the last 12 years. Simon Donnelly and Peter Grant alongside me. Simon, we enjoyed that second half, didn't we?
Yeah, fabulous. A great performance by Celtic today, and another 3 goals in the second half there. Fantastic. Great header for Starfelt, and then we were talking about Kyogo at half-time getting a hat-trick. at the end there it looked as if O was possibly going to get a hat-trick, popped up another couple of goals, but a fantastic, entertaining afternoon. We talked about we can't even describe it as disappointment in the last couple of games, but that today is finished on a real high. It puts us in a good vein of form getting into next week.
It does indeed. Peter, now that not so small matter of lifting a trophy, this is what the players do it all for. They do it for the trophies, they do it for the medals. How will they be feeling at the moment?
That was a fitting way to end the season, you know, and the league season in the respect of that. You always want to come out, you always want to put a show on in front of the Celtic supporters, of course you do. But to score the amount of goals they scored today, the way they played today, the way they moved the ball, the players looked sharper and brighter. And it's difficult because it's been a long, long, hard season for them. And obviously everybody's eyes are on the cup final. Now that's gone now. They've got a fantastic day today. This is what it's all about, lifting the championship, because it's the most important trophy. Let's not kid ourselves. The championship's always the most important trophy. But now you can look forward to also a Scottish Cup final. What a fantastic performance they put in prior to it.
We can indeed. There is the legendary Celtic manager Martin O'Neill leading the trophy presentation party out onto Celtic Park ahead of the biggest cheer you will hear for Ange Postecoglou, Callum McGregor and the Celtic team. To describe the action of the trophy celebration, we'll hand you back to commentators Tom Boyd and Paul Cuddihy.
Well, the Tifo said before the game, standing on the shoulders of giants, and there is a giant of Celtic of modern times in Martin O'Neill. 3 league titles, 3 Scottish Cups, 1 League Cup, 1 treble, of course. A man much loved here at Paradise and part of this special day this afternoon. The Celtic fans chanting Martin O'Neill. He stood in the steps of Celtic Park and promised that he would bring success to the football club, which he did. And another man who has done so is Ange Postecoglou, who comes out with the champions alongside his captain Callum McGregor. The Celtic players rightly getting the applause they deserve. The Champions League music playing, of course. Champions League group stage football back again to Paradise where it belongs next season as well. And it has been a hard fought but a well-deserved campaign last season. The manager on the final day of the season said we would come back bigger, stronger, because we never stopped. He was as good as his word. His team was as good as his word, and Ange Postecoglou applauding that team, which includes the players and all the backroom staff. Everybody involved does so much. The players are busy getting their medals just now, and let's hear from Callum McGregor.
What can I say
now
about this squad? What can I say about the season they've delivered? How does it feel to be the leader of these guys?
Yeah, firstly, like you said, to play in a team who's so aggressive, the way we try and play football, it's an absolute pleasure to work with these guys every day, led by the manager and led by this unbelievable support.
And of course, the honour that you now get for winning the championship again is taking them back into the UEFA Champions League.
Yep, that's what everyone wants. It's so important to this club to be back at the elite level Champions League. For the supporters, for the club, it's so important, and we can't wait to have another crack at it.
And we can't wait to see that happening. Let's give it up for Callum McGregor. And Paradise, please make some noise for Ange Postecoglou.
Champions again. And we're champions again because of this incredible group of players. Brilliantly led by our skipper, Callum McGregor. Champions again because of this unbelievable group of people working behind the scenes as staff. Outstanding. Champions again because of you. In the words of the immortal Tommy Burns, you are always there, always. Champions again, because I am a lucky man. And we got one more to go. We never stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys.
Incredible speech from the Celtic manager, addressing the fans along with Callum McGregor. They both go over to get their medals now. The countdown almost there. All the players, all the backroom staff on that stage in the centre of Paradise. 2 in a row under Ange Postecoglou. Callum McGregor, another title success. What an inspirational captain he is. A hug from the Chief Executive, Michael Nicholson. And Callum McGregor will take the trophy over into the middle where the players are. This is why they do what they do, and they do it for every single fan. The Celtic are the champions again. The countdown is on. Celtic Park ready to erupt. Celtic are the Scottish champions again. Oh, the fireworks, the pyro, the cheers, the songs, the celebrations. Let anyone be in no doubt that we are the finest team in Scotland. A wonderful celebration, and every one of those players deserves their moment to lift that trophy. Tom Boyd, you were part of one of the greatest triumphs in our history back in 1998. What does that feel like as a player, but also as a fan, to lift that trophy here at this stadium?
It's outstanding, and that's why I won the trophy way back in 1999. It was all part of the big plan. We didn't want to win it at East End Park. We wanted to come back. You don't believe me, Paul? You're down, Tom. So, but what a special place it is to be here in front of your own fans to do it. And so there is no better place than being at Paradise and lifting a championship. And we've done it on quite a few occasions. I'm lifting it here as quite right at the end of the season in our last game. And you know, the rewards are there to see, the smiles on the faces. What gathers me is the size of people. So one of that stage can take the amount of backroom staff. I remember when it was Ange nearly mocking and Scotty the Fizz, and that was it. That was what the backroom staff consisted of. But it shows you where we are now in a more professional era with players having to look after themselves, and the amount of people that you need to help these players perform to the level that they have been performing at. And you know, to get to that level of consistency has been absolutely outstanding, and it takes so many, you know, yourself. If you can get one little bit of significance from, you know, the amount of somebody within the staff to help you perform that little bit extra to beat the rest of the teams that are on show, well, it's certainly worthwhile having all those people here.
Well, I think the Celtic players are breaking into the Aaron Moy song as Kyogo. What a player, what a season he's had.
I'm glad he's back to take in the celebration.
You never thought for a moment he was going to be missing that.
From a plaster of running in crutches. Him as Alistair Johnson appeared as he... Yes, I can see Alistair there, so I think he's back out. So hopefully that's a good sign that there's nothing he put on their legs or cast for that. So anyway, enough of talking about them. Let's Ange with the trophy, and we'll get a big cheer.
Well, what a signing Ange Postecoglou has been. Never mind the players that we could go through, but he has brought incredible success since he has joined the club. 2 league titles 2 League Cups and hopefully a Scottish Cup and a treble next weekend.
When you look back in history and you look at the players that managers have brought in to have an impact on their team, we did it in '98 when we brought in the likes of Larsson and guys like that. Martin did that, bringing in the guys like Sutton and Lennon and all these kind of players that come in to have an impact. And Ange's done the very same. He's seen a different niche in the market, and he's picked the best players that he thinks to come and join us, his dream of playing the football his way, as we call it, the Celtic way. But it's about that attacking style, and he's getting players to fit in that. And we can have no complaints about that in terms of the players have come in and done the business. So hopefully that will improve for next year and we make a bigger push in that Champions League. But for the moment, this season's not over. We've got our celebrations, the players will enjoy themselves tonight, and there'll be a cup final next week that will come in. They'll get a day off or so, and they'll come in and start preparing for that to win this treble. And they deserve that with the level of consistency they've shown for. They deserve to get a treble because we have been far and, you know, without doubt the best team in this league. You know, through that level of performance, you can just look at the goal differences and everything else that's on display in terms of what we have achieved this season. So certainly a treble will be fitting of the boys.
The Celtic players doing the first of 2 laps of honour. As You'll Never Walk Alone echo round. These are moments to treasure. We will never tire of seeing Celtic win this title and have these days, whether this is the first title you've seen as a Celtic fan, or whether, like you and I, have been blessed to have seen so many. Everyone is one to savour.
Yeah, it's great. I hate interrupting this song and you know the significance that it means, and it is so significant to our football club. But like you say, I'm in the lounges today and I meet young kids who have came for the first time, and you see the joy and the excitement. I remember my first time, you'll be the same, Paul, of coming here to Paradise, to Jungle, as it was way back then, and then seeing your team win championships, and this is what's happening here. These boys have produced this season to win this magnificent trophy, and it's so nice just to hear the fans sing one of our iconic songs.
Absolutely magnificent, moving. Every time you hear that song echoing around Celtic Park, it gives you goosebumps. And nobody has left Paradise this afternoon, and it's party central. The Celtic fans enjoying this moment, and the players go round the stadium as we speak. 2 goals this afternoon. He's got his Korean flag. He'll be heading home with Celtic in the summer. They'll be going to Japan and to South Korea. But of course, after the dust is settled, after the tifos cleared from the pitch, we have a week of preparing for what is going to be a big occasion next weekend. Yeah,
as you say, that moment, that song, that walk on with the fans singing, that the tingles go through the hair and your neck, and it's a wonderful feeling. And the players will feel that in the park, and that's the response you get. And this is a time of enjoyment, you know, for all that hard work you've done. We're now lapping that up, as everybody should do, and quite rightly so, because we have been the best team by far. So, yes, we will enjoy tonight. The players will enjoy tonight. I don't know how many days they will have off, but the manager will try to prepare it as every other week as he would do, because you would not expect anything less of Ange to let the boys off with the leash for a wee bit. We can do that next week. You know, I know some are going to be in international, but you can let them do that next week. Once the real hard work of winning a treble has done, And we've got one final outcome next week to win this 8th treble.
Well, two of the goal scorers, both with doubles this afternoon. Neither of them managed to get the match ball, but they both get their hands on the trophy. Another stop in front of the North Stand for another trophy presentation. And a chance for the Celtic fans at the North Stand to see the trophy being lifted again. I think getting a few stragglers in for the picture as well. So just an opportunity, because the Celtic fans in the North Stand, of course, they had their back, the players had their back to them for that moment. So everybody gathers in front of the Champions 2022-23 banner. And more fireworks, more pyrotechnics. The celebrations continue. It's worth just looking at the record in the league this season. 38 games played, 32 wins, 3 draws and just 3 defeats. 114 goals scored, 34 conceded. That is the definition of consistency.
Yeah, that's the definition of champions, isn't it? It's the standard bearers in Scottish football. I'll put a show on this season, and we've stamped with authority on the league and winning games, important games that have got us on the verge of winning a treble. When the games matter, these players have stood up to the mark. And not only that, they went over and above at times. You see today, we wanted a show, they put on a show. And we've seen that throughout the course of the season, that teams cannot live with us. When we're on song, as we were today, teams cannot live with us. And I think you're seeing this is the fruits of it, where we take the enjoyment. As they go to the corner, hopefully getting another rapturous round of applause. And I don't know, is Kyogo going to go with a limp to start it off?
No, it's Callum McGregor who's taken the trophy over to the corner. Well, he has got a wonderful habit of lifting silverware, the Celtic captain, and the Celtic fans over in that corner where the standing section are, jubilant, celebrating. They sang from start to finish this afternoon. Joe Hart, part of the celebrations. I like the kind of experience.
It doesn't last as long if Kyogo's not there or something. I think maybe it's just for everybody's no one. He's been that man that goes over and does it. Obviously, Callum being captain going over, and there's another wee photo opportunity over there in that corner. And there'll be quite a few in there. I don't know how long they're going to be, but is that roll with it?
Yeah, Oasis song, a classic. Always reminds me of the 6-2 game, the Demolition Derby.
Yes,
because we played it, and Noel Gallagher was at the game that day, supporting Celtic. Well, of course Kyogo's there, of course he's leading the celebrations, of course he's got the megaphone. He scores goals and he celebrates with the fans after the game. That's what he does.
Listen, he's grasped what it is to be a player here, in terms of it's not just what you do on the pitch, it's about entertaining this public. He's almost like Bertie Hogan over there joining in, and he would be up there at the forefront, Bertie, when all these things going about, and then they just get it. In terms of where we are as a football club, we're a global branded football club. Everybody knows us well and wild, and it's because of occasions like this. We're winning so many different championships, and that is certainly noted around the world, and we hope that continues with more success to come, hopefully into the cup final, but obviously in following seasons.
And we see players who have won the title in their first season last season, but what's important as well, and what's good is the players who've come this year, it's given them a taste of what is expected, but what they can get if they perform to these levels at this football club.
Yeah, and there's a standard at the football club base. We had Martin O'Neill here with my gaffer when we won in 2001, and he responded to us with a poor game in the pre-season, and he says, well, it's all about the standard, you've got to go and win it again. And we did that, and that's what they've done. They've been even better this year. I know that was obviously the start of the process of Ange coming in and the rebuild that he had to do and bring in the players that make an impact. And as he says, they get bigger and better. And this proof is on the pudding. We see it in the park. We see the stats you mentioned there, Paul. Everything that Ange wanted has came to fruition with winning a treble.
Well,
Hopefully by the end of this week, sorry.
Iconic celebration image of Jota. I also just saw pictures there of James Forrest with the trophy. He was there with Callum McGregor as well, but James Forrest getting a testimony in August against Athletic Club. Very good to welcome the team from Bilbao to Paradise as the Japanese contingent, Kyogo, Kobayashi, Iwata, Hatate and Maeda with another trophy.
They'll be a bit disappointed they didn't play today and at some stage, but listen, you can see the smiles on his face now. It's not just about one game, it's about the whole season, and Dyson certainly has been a massive part of why we've got to where we are, almost record breakers, and come towards the end of the season.
Kyogo, he's winning medals, but he won just about every personal honour going. He was the Celtic Player of the Year, the Players Player of the Year, the Scottish PFA Player of the Year, the Scottish Football Writers Player of the Year, the Cinch Premiership Player of the Year.
He never stops.
He never stops. And it hasn't stopped yet because, of course, Celtic have a cup final next weekend, but they are making their way slowly round the pitch and allowing every fan in the stadium just to enjoy the celebrations. And it has been, it's almost like a conga, it feels like, down there, but it was also, we knew it was going to be a good celebration today, but what has also been good is the fact that the team put on the performance just to match the occasion, and just, I say, just to remind people of just how good we are.
That's why, exactly, and as you say, we've had a little bit of criticism, we let our standards drop a little bit. It's certainly understandable, but there was a little concern that maybe as at the end of the road, can you raise that bar again? And I think you've seen today the players, I know Aberdeen have probably put away their tools as well, but certainly the players here, it was a perfect performance by the players, and 5 goals did not flatter in the game today. They didn't allow Aberdeen a shot at goal, and that's saying something as well, not only in the attacking sense. I like to see clean sheets, I like to see good defensive play. I know we love to see the attacking side of the game here at a football club, but I like to see both sides of it, and we have had that today in terms of the dedication of the team to get forward as a unit and to get back as a unit even more so, to do that, what they call the hard work of chasing the ball but winning it back. And we won it back, we've seen today, so we won it back so many times, and so it's amazing how the manager has instilled that, and how the players are taking it on to believe that I'm not get a game if I don't do that. And sometimes you get players going and huffs and all that kind of thing because they're not playing, but he's not done that with this team, I've not done that. And it's often you can't do that because of the level of the players are playing at, and we are playing at such a high standard, and we've got back to that today.
Well, the Celtic players are just at the centre circle, the mouth of the tunnel, because families are now coming down to join them. And we said at the start, it's important that the families get that moment to share, because they are such an important part of what happens, and a good moment for them to share with their families at this Paradise. And we are going to be hearing shortly from a couple of Celtic's title-winning Celts, who are just getting into place with Jerry at Celtic. The champions again, always feels good, always sounds good. And we can go down trackside now to Jerry, who's with Jota and Matt O'Reilly.
Yes, exactly. I'm with two of Celtic's back-to-back title winners, Jota and Matt O'Reilly. Jota, first of all, how pleasing is it to win another title with Celtic and to do it in such style today?
Yeah, very pleased. I think today was the day for our families, for the staff, for the fans, and I think we did it, so there was a lot of quality. I think it was a beautiful day, and today is all about celebrating with everyone.
Matt, you came here to win trophies with Celtic, you won another one here, and to do it in such style, tell us what it means to do it, and with this set of boys as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's been good so far.
One more trophy to go, obviously, so we'll enjoy today, but when we get that third one, hopefully, it'll be a good feeling.
When you came into today's performance, today's game, Jota, how determined were you to put on a performance for the fans?
Well, we knew it was going to be a big day for everyone. It's an important day for every Celtic fan. So, yeah, we were just motivated to do that and to deliver, and just happy that everything went our way.
And Matt, back in the Champions League as well, but there's a huge game round the corner against Inverness Caley Thistle in the Scottish Cup final. How much celebrations will be done before you get back to the hard work?
We'll enjoy today and we'll enjoy tonight. Day off tomorrow. Come Monday, we'll go again. One more trophy to go, and then, yeah, back in the Champions League. That's my favourite stage. I think it's his too. We love playing that.
Yeah, you're getting used to all this celebrating, Jota, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, it's so special. Honestly, it's just so special to be part
And just
of
finally, a word to these supporters. They've been with you through thick and thin all season. They turned out today as well to show you support.
Sorry, for me or for him?
For both of you, in terms of the supporters.
Okay. No, we're very grateful, obviously. Like, I think we both said before, previous clubs, maybe him at Benfica, it's still a big stadium, but in terms of the connection you have with the fans here, it's something that's really, really special and really taken in this atmosphere. I'm trying to do it today. It's a special feeling, it really is.
I'll let Peter Grant and Simon Donnelly come in as well. I know Peter's a man you know very well, and they'll take the mics back off you. Thanks very much to Jota and to Matt O'Reilly for that. They will go and they will celebrate today, celebrate tonight, maybe celebrate tomorrow, and then back into the hard work, because as Ange said, guys, we never stop. And okay, winning the double is one thing, but round Celtic way, we're getting used to winning trebles these days, and I know we don't want to tempt fate too much, but to see the boys perform the way they did today, Peter, and that potential treble just around the corner, which will make them legends.
Listen, if I could give them a bit of advice, bottle it, you know, because it's the best feeling in the world, and never get sick of it, because we went through tough times, and I know how that felt, you know. So when you're winning, keep doing it, and I'm sure that's what the manager's aiming to do with the group of players he has. They seem hungry, they seem determined to bring success to Celtic constantly, and it's up for other teams to grow up and try and go and challenge Celtic, because I just think Celtic are going to get stronger. I think the younger players are going to get better, and they're understanding the pressures that comes along playing with Celtic and winning trophies consistently.
Well, that's the thing about it, Simon. Peter's right. Celtic has raised the bar since Ange Postecoglou has come into Scottish football, and we know for a fact, we can talk about other teams strengthening, but we know Celtic are going to strengthen as well. What's in store for Celtic next season?
Exciting times ahead. I really believe that, Jerry. I think the club will strengthen again, as you say. But these guys, they just talked about it there. They've had a little taste of Champions League football. That will stand them in good stead for this year again. You look at the likes of Jota, Kyogo, they've all grown. The longer they play together, the relationship they have together, I think Ange will probably have another couple up his sleeve to bring in. You look at Big O today getting a couple of goals, he'll be stronger for it. Celtic will be a stronger animal next year, and there'll be a couple of additions at least to strengthen this team, and it's exciting times ahead.
It's worth talking about Peter, because Celtic fans always like to look to the future, and when Ange brought in a young, again unknown South Korean, we expected him to take a bit of time to settle, to get used to it, but he really got something about him, and he really showed that today. He's growing in confidence and stature every time he plays.
Me and Simon were talking about it earlier, Jerry, to be perfectly honest. I've always been impressed with him, because the one thing you look for with strikers, they want to get between the sticks and score goals, and he wants to do that. He makes front post, back post, middle of the goal. He wants to do that. He knocks centre backs about, and listen, I've been really, really impressed with him. And it's a difficult time to come in round about Christmas time. That's difficult to come in when you're not playing week in, week out. So he's a young man, 20, 21 years of age. I think he's going to be a star of the future.
Good to see the Celtic players' families come onto the pitch. It's always nice to see the players with their kids. There's Anthony Ralston, his little girl with daddy on the back. Alistair Johnson went off, of course, in that second half, but Anthony's an absolutely able replacement, and he'll be desperate to play his part in the Scottish Cup final at Hampden Park next Saturday. Don't forget the Women's Cup final tomorrow. You can see live, if you're an overseas subscriber, on Celtic TV. We'll be covering that one. Join myself and Tom Boyd for commentary for that one. It's a 1:30 kick-off from Hampden Park. Celtic against Rangers in the women's game as well, which is a really fast-growing sport, and it's been great to see the fans engage in women's football, and I hope that you turn out again to see the women's team next season there. Tomoki Iwata, that's lovely to see as well. it's great to see the family side as well. But you know, these players are elite sportsmen as well, and they're here for a reason, and they're come at Celtic to win trophies. And under Ange Postecoglou, they've got that ruthless streak about them. And the players themselves, Simon, know that if their performances drop at all, whether they've been brought in by the manager or not, he will not be shy in dropping them and bringing in someone else.
No, you've seen that in players that have maybe not been satisfied with the amount of game time here, have been moved on for different reasons. Listen, Granny will back me up. A club like Celtic, you're always looking over your shoulder for your jersey to be taken. You have to be at the top of your game week in, week out. But I really think this group of players he's growing something special here, you know, and the manner of them, out with them being fantastic football players, they're great human beings, they seem to get on really well, and that's what you need in a squad. We've been in dressing rooms, you need that harmony, you need that environment, and Celtic have got it just now.
They have indeed. All right, we'll leave the players and their families to finish their celebrations on the pitch. My thanks to Peter Grant, and thanks to Simon Donnelly, thanks to Paul and Tom in commentary. Don't forget, a final reminder tomorrow, 1:30 kick-off, Celtic women's team against Rangers in the Scottish Cup final. And then join us again next Saturday for the big one back at Hampden Park. Celtic against Inverness Caledonian Thistle. Can Celtic win another treble? But we are back-to-back since Premiership title winners. From everyone at Celtic TV, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.